मीशो, TVS Jupiter 125, ज़्यादा से भी ज़्यादा, विमल इलायची, ऑयल इंडिया लिमिटेड, एवरीडे स्पाइसेस, लिया अगरबत्ती, TVS Apache RTR, and Himalaya Purifying Neem Face Wash, पिंपल फ्री हेल्थ स्किन का एक्सपर्ट.
Arunachal activist Sol Dodum, all set to take protest to Delhi, gives government final deadline to meet demands, says will start foot march to national capital tomorrow. Is Meghalaya capital Shillong facing a big drug menace? Chief Minister Conrad Sangma swings into action, seeks detailed report from Home and Social Welfare Departments on future course of action. Another boost to Manipur's war on drugs. A joint tribes council comprising of 4 communities takes pledge to ban poppy cultivation in their area. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh Lord's move. Alpha Independent denies execution of its cadre Biju Gogoi, says Biju Gogoi committed suicide due to depression. Family members refuse to accept outfit's statements. Meghalaya exempted from purview of common university entrance test. Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan confirms development to Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. And Naga People's Front holds emergency central executive meet. Party now disease-free, says President Sharhozali Lizitsu. Party adopts 6-point resolution. A very good evening. You're watching Northeast Live. I am Pooja, and we start the bulletin with a big story from Arunachal Pradesh. Activist Sol Dodum, who had walked 225 kilometers from Sepa to state capital Itanagar, demanding clean drinking water in his hometown, looks all set to take the protest to Delhi now. Interacting with media persons this afternoon, Dodum reiterated that he was not satisfied with the action taken by the state government over the concerns highlighted by him. Well, Dodum went on to give a night's deadline to Pema Khandu government to meet his demands, failing which he will start the march to Delhi tomorrow morning.
गवर्नमेंट जो अभी तक कुछ इनिशिएशन नहीं लिया है और बहुत सा वायरल होता है, कभी क्या कागज देखने मिलता है, कभी कौन क्या बोलता है, कभी कौन क्या बोलता है। हकीकत में ये हम आप लोगों को ये मीडिया का तौर से क्लियर बता रहा हूँ कि गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से हमको अभी तक कुछ कागज नहीं आया है। एक्चुअली यहाँ में प्रोटेस्ट रैली करने वाला तो हम था, लेकिन आज तक कभी मेरा यहाँ में एक भी कागज नहीं आया। हम क्लियरली बता रहे, गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से एक भी कागज नहीं आया है। आप किसी गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट को आदमी को जाके पूछिए, होम से पूछिए, किसी भी पीएचई डिपार्टमेंट से भी और यहाँ से पूछिए, हमको एक भी जो कागज जो नहीं आया है। तो यहाँ बैठे भी आज कितना दिन हो गया, उस दिन जब 15 तक से लेकर आज ये हो गया, तो बहुत दिन हो गया। मेरा ख्याल से 25 डेज हो गया होगा। तो यहाँ तक बैठे बहुत थक गया है। तो इससे अच्छा हम लोग यहाँ फैसला किया कि हम लोग यहाँ से दिल्ली ही कल सुबह यहाँ से 8 बजे दिल्ली फुट मार्च करेगा। और कल भी एक कागज दिखाए कि ये क्या बोलता है, भारत सोनम का एक जो पीएचई एक्शन का मैंने कुछ ट्रांसफर लेटर खुद मांगना था। तो इसलिए हम ये बात बता रहे, गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से कुछ इनिशिएट नहीं कर रहा है। और अभी तक डीसी बच्चा है, डीसी को ट्रांसफर करना चाहिए, वो बच्चा है। उसके बाद अभी तक जो एम्बुश के मारा है एसआईटी जो गठन करना था, अभी तक कुछ नहीं बताया है। उसके बाद जो एसआईटी गठन करना था वो भी अभी तक नहीं हुआ है। देखो मेरा हम पहले से ये स्टेटमेंट था, पैसा खाने वाला जो पैसा खाया है, जो WTP का जो पैसा खाया है, वो पैसा को रिकवर होना चाहिए। मेरा पहले से मांग यही था। और जो अभी बना रहा है वो सपा का ओनली 30% को है और 60% जो आप लोग मान लीजिए 60% का पैसा खा चुका है। हम हमेशा बार बोला है कि एसआईटी गठन करो, लेकिन यहाँ डिपार्टमेंट या गवर्नमेंट अभी तक कुछ कागज भी नहीं आया है। कुछ भी नहीं है। इसलिए हम लोग मैंने तंग आ गया ये गवर्नमेंट से, तो इसलिए हम लोग निकलेगा। आप लोग को हम बार बार बताया है, हम यहाँ से निकलेगा तो दिल्ली पहुंचेगा, तो हम जो नहीं बोलेगा वो तो गवर्नमेंट अगेंस्ट में बोलना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये गवर्नमेंट साइड का कुछ काम नहीं करता है, जो करप्शन का साथ में कुछ नहीं करता है, तो गवर्नमेंट क्लास में बोलना पड़ेगा। तो हम ट्राई करेगा कि अगर आज और कल का बीच तक, कल का 8 बजे से पहले या आज रात तक अगर गवर्नमेंट मेरा जो हम लोग का मांगता है बोले तो हम लोग रुक जाएगा, नहीं तो कल 8 बजे हम लोग यहाँ से निकल जाएगा।
It may be mentioned that despite repeated assurances from the state government to ensure supply of clean drinking water in Sepa, Sol Dodum has refused to budge from his stand, stating that the issue is not being addressed in a way it should be. Besides, Dodum also demanded the removal of PHE Executive Engineer Sepa Division and constitution of an SIT to probe the assault on him and his supporters. Shifting focus to a big story from Meghalaya now. Is the state capital Shillong facing a big drug menace? While taking strong note of the concerns aired by headmen of various localities, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma today directed the Home and Social Welfare Department to come up with an action plan in 10 days' time on how to deal with the situation. Well, Sangma said a multi-pronged approach from barring entry of contraband items into localities to create awareness was required to deal with the drug abuse issue.
Drugs was discussed, yeah. So that was just a meeting right now. So in the same line, we have discussed about the issues of drugs. I have been visiting many localities in Shillong in the past, 2 months, and wherever I go, the elders in those localities, the Rangwashnongs and other members have always been mentioning to me about the menace of drugs and the concerns that they're having. So based on that, we had called a meeting, and Home Department and Social Welfare were there, and we have again, as I said, we have asked them also now to come up with a more detailed, plan and more detailed report on what are the actions that have been taken and what are the proposals that they want and what support they need to make the activities even more aggressive. So from the police point of view, more machines, technology to be able to scan and be able to, stop the entry itself in different locations, so that the technology is available. If more manpower is given, so they'll be able to do so. I've asked them to make that report and submit to us by another 10 days' time. Similarly, from the social welfare side, what are the actions and programs we've done for the preventive aspect, for the awareness aspect, and we've asked them also to now prepare a more detailed program on how each department, each organization, each headband, society, locality can play a role in ensuring that the awareness can be created about saying no to drugs. And third part is about rehabilitation. So we reviewed all the aspects of rehabilitation, and we have felt that there's more need for more rehabilitation centers in certain areas which are seeing more of this impact of drugs. So all these aspects are discussed, and now after 10 days, all these different departments will come with a more detailed report, and then we'll be able to finalize on a proper plan of action.
Contemplating to come up with
See, the point is to be able to give rehabilitation, and if there are organizations and NGOs which are capable, which government can then support, it would be more meaningful at the end, because then the society would be involved in it. So as and when we'll wait for the comprehensive plan from the social welfare, and if they feel that we need to ask the department and the government to set it up, then definitely we'll look into that aspect also. But I would want that it would be in a PPP mode. It would be more meaningful, and I think the management would be better, and it would run better, because the NGOs have a sense of purpose, and they're specifically doing this kind of aspect. So involving them, I feel, is more meaningful, and therefore I would want more NGOs to come forward, and we are ready to work with them and support them. And that's the comprehensive plan that I'm waiting for. So after 10 days, we'll sit down and we'll take.
Staying with Meghalaya, in a big decision, the centre has decided to exempt Meghalaya as far as the Common University Entrance Test, or QET, is concerned. In a letter to Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma by Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, it was informed that taking into consideration the concerns raised by the state, like geographical conditions, hilly terrain, far-flung location, limited digital connectivity, infrastructure, among others, the affiliated colleges of NEHU will continue with the existing practice for admission instead of quit. It may be mentioned that Chief Minister Conrad Sangma had recently called on Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in New Delhi to apprise him of the concerns of the students of the Hill State. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma also confirmed that he had received the letter from Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan on the centre's decision to exempt students under NEHU from QET.
While we were in the meeting, the letter from Dharmendra Pradhanji also came in, so it was a good timing for us in one way. And where Dharmendra Pradhanji has specifically mentioned that the other colleges can continue their admissions on the basis of how they used to do before, which means that CUT will not have to be taken.
With that, we take a short break. Stay tuned for more news.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Introducing the new Suzuki Avenus, the sportiest, zippiest ride in town that's loaded with next generation GPS navigation.
নতুন মিউজিক ডাইরেক্টর রোহানে এতিয়ালৈকে মিউজিক পঠোৱা নাই।
I've got it. The new Suzuki Avenus, more zip for trip.
বৰুণ,
হাই মা।
ঘৰত বাৰু কাজিয়া কৰি আহিছ নেকি? বোৱাৰী নাহিল যে?
এতিয়া মই গোটেই মাহটো ইয়াতেই থাকিম।
কি?
অৱশ্যে ক্ৰিকেটো এমাহ ধৰিয়ে চলাৰ কথা।
নতুন টিভি লগালা? দিছ HD নাই লগোৱা? কি দেউতা?
আৰে কিয় কৰি আহিলা?
জান, ফুলটো সকলোৱে নকৰে জানো।
ক্ৰিকেটৰ আচল পাৰ্টনাৰ হ'ল কেৱল ডিছ HD, অনুপম পিকচাৰ, অনুপম চাউণ্ড। নৰ্মেল দামতেই পোৱা HD, মাত্ৰ 233 টকা এমাহত। ডিছ নহয়, ডিছ গাঁও এইটো।
সাধাৰণ ষ্টীল এনেকৈ পৰে, মাইথন ষ্টীল এনেকৈ পৰে, ধমকৈ।
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. What's trending? Who are the biggest newsmakers of the day? What are the issues affecting people?
Center hand once again extended. Are you ready to agitate?
Northeast Live सभी को मेरा शुक्रिया।
Watch Evening Prime every day at 7 p.m. only on Northeast Live. Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. What's trending?
Welcome back. Security forces have been put on high alert across Longding district of Arunachal Pradesh and also the areas adjoining the Arunachal-Nagaland interstate border, as reports are coming in that 25-year-old youth Alai Wangsu, who was held captive by a group of NSCN KYA militant, is being taken to camps in Myanmar. Well, police had registered a case at Longding police station and had launched a search operation to trace out the youth who hails from Pumau village. Reliable sources said that Wangsu had been taken by the militants after an alleged negotiation in Nagaland's Mon district to secure the release of youth failed to yield results. The source also claimed that a sum of rupees 10 lakh has been demanded by the militants to release Wangsu. Self-styled Lieutenant Wangjen Wangsaham and a self-styled Sergeant Abojak Wangnao are the two leaders of the outfit suspected to have led the group which carried out the kidnapping. It's a big story at this point in time. Viewers from the state of Arunachal Pradesh, where security forces have been put on high alert across Longding district of Arunachal Pradesh and also the areas adjoining the Arunachal-Nagaland interstate border, as reports are coming in that 25-year-old youth Alai Wangsu, who was held captive by a group of NSCN KYA militant, is being taken to camps in Myanmar. Police had registered a case at Longding police station and had launched a search operation to trace out the youth who hails from Pumau village. Reliable sources said that Wangsu had been taken by the militants after an alleged negotiation in Nagaland's Mon district to secure the release of youth failed to yield results. The source also claimed that a sum of rupees 10 lakh has been demanded by the militants to release Wangsu. Self-styled Lieutenant Wangjen Wangsaham and self-styled Sergeant Abojak Wangnao are the two leaders of the outfit suspected to have led the group which carried out the kidnapping. All right, my colleague Ripunjay Das joins us over the phone line to give us the latest. Well, Ripunjay, as security forces have been put on high alert across the Longding district of Arunachal Pradesh and also the adjoining areas, as reports are coming in that a 25-year-old youth Alai Wangsu, who was held captive by a group of NSCNK militant, is now being taken to camps in Myanmar. What is the detail?
Yes, Pooja, see, this big incident has come only just close to the release of the Gaubura, who was abducted on the intervening night between 7 and 8 of May. For the last 5 to 6 days, Pooja, there has been a lot of issues related to law and order and this kind of abduction and activities related to insurgent groups. So, Pooja, we have information that the government of Arunachal Pradesh is very much upset with the way the police is handling the issue in Longding, particularly, and their strict orders have been given to trace out these youth and to also to ensure that the family members do not have to pay any kind of ransom, because this has become one kind of a trend, Pooja, and we have in Northeast Live reported this issue that how these militant groups have now shifted policies, strategies, whatever you say, and they have started calling up people to the close to the either to the Nagaland border or Myanmar border, and then held them captive and then extort money. So this has become an easy affair. So the government of Arunachal Pradesh is very much upset with this issue, and strict orders have been given to the police to trace out this youth. And overall, Pooja, the situation is very much tense in Longding district as of now, you can say.
All right, so now it has also been alleged that a negotiation in Nagaland's Mon district was also done to secure the release of youth failed to yield results. How far is this true?
Yes, Pooja, we have this information from very reliable sources who have provided us with this information that a group of villagers had gone from Pumau village, has gone to Nagaland. Particular, we have this information of that village is called Longwa, where the Nagaland and Myanmar border is also there. And they have gone there and they have tried to negotiate. They have tried their best to secure the release of this youth. However, the militants were in no mood to release this youth, and they took him inside Myanmar after that this afternoon. And now they have, since after they have reached Myanmar, which they consider as to their secured and safe haven, now they have started calling up people and communicating with people, in fact, and they have put in a demand of rupees 10 lakhs to release this youth. Pooja.
All right. Thank you, Ripunjay, for giving us those details at this point in time. The Alpha Independent has denied of executing Biju Gogoi, who, as per reports, had joined the proscribed group. In a fresh statement, the Alpha Independent said that who was in the Lance Corporal rank had shot himself at around 12:15 a.m. on February 21st. According to Alpha Independent statement, Biju Gogoi had committed suicide due to depression. Meanwhile, Alpha Independent has also refuted the statements made by Santosh Lama, who was arrested by Tinsukia police. The Alpha Independent said that Lama was not its cadre. The statement mentioned that Lama had confessed of coming to join the proscribed group only for the sake of monetary benefits, for which he was not inducted. The Alpha Independent in the statement also decried the alleged attempts made to plant spies in group by security forces and agencies. So another top story at this point in time, viewers, the Alpha Independent has denied of executing Biju Gogoi, who as per reports had joined the proscribed group. In a fresh statement, the Alpha Independent said that who was in the Lance Corporal rank had shot himself at around 12:15 a.m. on February 21st. According to Alpha Independent statement, Biju Gogoi had committed suicide due to depression. Meanwhile, the Alpha Independent has also refuted the statements made by Santosh Lama, who was arrested by Tinsukia police. The Alpha Independent said that Lama was not its cadre. The statement mentioned that Lama had confessed of coming to join the proscribed group only for the sake of monetary benefits, for which he was not inducted. The Alpha Independent in the statement also decried the alleged attempts made to plant spies in a group by security forces and agencies. It may be mentioned here that during interrogation by the police yesterday, Santosh Lama had revealed of former ASU leader Biju Gogoi, who had joined Alpha Independent, was shot dead. The Tinsukia police said that Biju Gogoi had joined the Alpha Independent during the Citizenship Amendment Act agitation. Meanwhile, family members have refused to accept Alpha Independent's statement that Biju Gogoi has committed suicide.
তো এইটো মানে আৰু যিধৰণে কৈছে যে আত্মহত্যা, আৰু আমি এইটো কেতিয়াও আমি সহজভাৱে মানি ল'ব নোৱাৰোঁ যে আত্মহত্যাটো হ'ব নোৱাৰে। তো ইমান দিন আমাক কিয় এই ঘটনাৰ পৰা মানে জানিব দিয়া নাছিল, এই ঘটনা কিয় লুকুৱাই থ'লে, মানে কি কাৰণত এই ঘটনাটো মানে ইমান দিন লুকুৱাই থ'লে, যে আৰু কিয় আমাৰ পৰিয়ালক কাকো জানিবলৈ দিয়া নহ'ল। তো কালি যিধৰণে সন্তোষ লামাক গ্ৰেপ্তাৰ হোৱাৰ পাছতহে এই ঘটনা পোহৰলৈ আহিলে। যদিহে মানে কৈছে যে ছুচাইড নোট লিখি থৈ গৈছে বা আজি টেকন'লজি ইমান ওপৰত আগবাঢ়িছে, তো সদস্যসকলে যদি দেখিছে তাৰ কিবা ভিডিঅ' ফুটেজ বা কিবা ছবি তেনেকুৱাও থাকিব, সেনেকুৱা যদি আমাক দিব পাৰে, প্ৰমাণে সৈতে দিব পাৰে, তেতিয়া হয়তো আমি অলপ মানি ল'বলৈ কিবা মানে সহজ হ'ব পাৰে।
আমাৰ পৰিয়ালবৰ্গৰ এটাই কথা, আমালৈ আত্মহত্যা কেতিয়াও কৰিব নোৱাৰে। আমি সৰুৰ পৰা ল'ৰাক দেখিছোঁ, বহুত সাহসী ল'ৰা, আৰু কেতিয়াও তাই হাৰ মানিবে নে কেতিয়াও আত্মহত্যা কৰা ল'ৰা নহয়।
On to Manipur now. Well, the state government's war on drugs received yet another big boost today, with the Joint Tribes Council comprising the Inpui, Liangmei, Xiangmei and Rongmei tribes from Tamenglong and None districts extending their support to Chief Minister N. Biren Singh's crackdown on drugs. The Joint Tribes Council, representing the 4 tribes, became the third body to back the government's war on drugs in a span of a week. Earlier, the Pomai Naga body and the Tangkhul community of Ukhrul extended support to the war on drugs, taking a pledge to ban poppy cultivation in their respective areas. The Joint Tribes Council also pledged not to allow poppy cultivation in areas under their jurisdiction in Tamenglong and None districts. While appreciating the move by Joint Tribes Council, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said that it is another great achievement in the war on drugs.
Today is another great achievement of the state government and mainly the Joint Tribe Council consisting of Inpui, Lengmai, Ziamai and the Raumai from the Tamenglong and the None district has come here and announced their full support on the ongoing war on drugs, and that they have decided to support the movement of the government against the poppy plantation and against the drug business, and that they also assures publicly to the people of India, to the people of the state, that in their jurisdiction, mainly in Tamenglong and the None district, they will never allow, and they never allowed in before also, and in future also, they will never allow this kind of poppy plantation and drug-related business in their areas. So I am really want to appreciate the leaders of the Joint Tribe Councils of these 2 districts and women's leaders who came and endorsed their support to the government of Manipur's movement against the war of the drugs. I'm really happy, and I really thanks to the people of the Joint Tribe Council's leaders.
All right, our Imphal correspondent Sharat Chandra joins us live to give us the latest on this big development coming in from Manipur. Well, Sharat, another big boost today with the Joint Tribes Council comprising of the tribes from Tamenglong and None districts extending their support after Pomai and Tangkhul communities. Now, this is indeed a big development at this point in time. What do you have to say?
Yeah, Pooja, you have rightly mentioned that this Joint Tribe Council becomes the third body extending support to the state government war on drugs. Earlier on 7th and 9th of May, the Pomai community and the Tangkhul community have already extended their support to the war on drugs, and also took the place not to allow poppy cultivation in their jurisdiction. That is the Senapati and the Tangkhul, Senapati and the Ukhrul district of Manipur. And today, the Joint Tribe Council consisting of this Inpui, Romai, Jiangmai, and the Liangmai, this community have approached the Chief Minister and Biren Singh today today, and they also this Joint Tribe Council also announced that. In the past also, they never allowed cultivation of poppy plant in Tamenglong and None district, and in the present and the future also, they are not going to allow the cultivation of this poppy in their jurisdiction. So this is a big announcement. Chief Minister Biren Singh also stated that this is a big achievement for the state government on a war on drugs, and the Chief Minister also Chief Minister is also hopeful that with the continuous community support on the war on drugs, this goal, that is the eradication of poppy poppy cultivation, and also the other synthetic drugs will be eradicated from the state of Manipur. Pooja.
Right, Sharat, and the Joint Tribes Council representing the 4 tribes becomes the third body to back the government's war on drugs. So what will be their strategy to fight against the menace?
You see, so far as the Joint Tribe Council is concerned, consisting of this different community, different tribe community in Tamenglong and None district is concerned, they have also rightly mentioned that In the past also, they never allowed poppy cultivation in their jurisdiction, that is Tamenglong in Nonne district, and they will not allow any kind of poppy cultivation in their jurisdiction. But yes, their stand is very firm stand. They made a very big announcement that the poppy cultivation will not be allowed in the Tamenglong and Nonne district. No cultivation in the past time, that is okay, but so far as future is concerned, any of the drug related business, they can jump into the cultivation of the poppy. But yes, with the big announcement from this joint tribe council that the poppy cultivation will not be allowed in the area of Tamenglong district and Nonne district, it's a very significant announcement so far as war on drugs is concerned. And the Chief Minister, he also extended his heartfelt appreciation to the Joint Tribe Council. And yes, I think many community will also come into the line, and Chief Minister and Biren Singh have also appealed that it is a high time that the community support just need to support the war on drugs so that it can achieve its goal. Pooja.
Right, Sharat, thank you so much for giving us those details at this point in time. With that, we take a short break. Stay tuned for more news.
What's trending? Who are the biggest newsmakers of the day? What are the issues affecting people?
Center hand once again extended. Are you ready to agitate?
Notice Labs सभी को मेरा शुक्रिया.
Watch Evening Prime every day at 7 p.m. only on Northeast Live.
Acha? Introducing the new Suzuki Avenue, the sportiest, zippiest ride in town that's loaded with next generation GPS navigation.
Simi kota ase? Jodi moi kolu heten ami matisu, tente wait karla heten nohoy.
The new Suzuki Avenue, Mose for trip.
আনন্দৰ উৎসৱ বিহু আহিছে ঘৰে ঘৰে আহাৰৰ সোৱাদ জাগিছে এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ wishes you a happy বিহু
বৰুণ
হাই মা
ঘৰত বাৰু কাজিয়া কৰি আহিছ নেকি বুৱাৰী নাহিল যে
এতিয়া মই গোটেই মাহটো ইয়াতেই থাকিম
কি
অৱশ্যে ক্ৰিকেটো এমাহ ধৰিয়ে চলাৰ কথা
নতুন টিভি লগালা দিস এইচডি নাই লগোৱা কি দেউতা
আৰে কিয় কৰি আহিলা
জান ফুলটো সকলোৱে নকৰে জানো
ক্ৰিকেটৰ আসল পাৰ্টনাৰ হ'ল কেৱল ডিশ এইচডি অনুপম পিকচাৰ অনুপম সাউণ্ড নৰ্মেল দামতেই পোৱা এইচডি মাত্ৰ 233 টকা এমাহত ডিশ নহয় ডিশ গাঁও এইটো
একোলাই এবসেন্ট
Perfect attendance.
নিমৰ শক্তি ভৰা নিমাইলে আতৰাই 100টা বেমাৰ বিয়পোৱা বিজাণু নিমাইল ঘৰ বিশুদ্ধ ঘৰ
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Welcome back. And before moving to some other stories, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Arunachal activist Sol Dodum, all set to take protest to Delhi, gives government final deadline to meet demands, says will start foot march in national capital tomorrow. Is Meghalaya capital Shillong facing a big drug menace? Chief Minister Conrad Sangma swings into action, seeks detailed report from Home and Social Welfare Department on future course of action. Another boost to Manipur's war on drugs. A Joint Tribes Council comprising of 4 communities take pledge to ban poppy cultivation in their area. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh Lord's move. Alpha Independent denies execution of its cadre Biju Gogoi, says Biju Gogoi committed suicide due to depression. Family members refuse to accept outfit statements. Meghalaya exempted from purview of Common University Entrance Test. Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan confirms development to Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. And Naga People's Front holds emergency central executive meet. Party now disease-free, says President Sherhozali Lizitsu. Party adopts 6-point resolution. On to Meghalaya now. Representatives of the Federation of All School Teachers of Meghalaya, or FASTOM, today met Chief Minister Conrad Sangma and pressed for their demands to be fulfilled. During the meeting, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma took cognizance of the demands put forward by the ad hoc teachers. Chief Minister Sangma also assured the FASTOM representatives that the government is working on a solution and a decision will be taken within 3 sittings of the cabinet.
Based on the meeting that we had today, we had 3 meetings actually today. 2 meetings with Sir D.P. Wallam and 1 meeting with the Chief Minister. So in the first round of meeting that we had with Sir D.P. Wallam, we had a discussion on the proposal that was made, and then he had briefed to us about the different things that were being taken up by the education department, and he has also assured us that our file is in the last stage, exactly as what the Deputy Chief Minister has said yesterday at the media. So based on the second meeting, we came back. So we told Sadiq Walang that we actually need to meet with the CM now to get the affirmation and the commitment from their side. So when we met the Chief Minister, he gave us the commitment that that the status of the enhancement and the increment, and the new proposal that is being sent, actually the upgraded proposal, which is actually a better proposal that is being sent by the Education Department to the Chief Minister, he will need 3 cabinet meetings. So he said that maybe it can be done in the first cabinet meeting, maybe it can be done in the second cabinet meeting. However, he gave us the assurance of the 3 cabinet meetings because he said just in case. So we took his word that we will wait for the 3 cabinet meetings.
Meanwhile, we have reactions coming in from Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, who said that the file to grant enhancement to the ad hoc teachers is under process and will be approved by the cabinet once everything is sorted. Sangma said that the enhancement will impact to the tune of over rupees 100 crore to the state government. Chief Minister Sangma said that there are 2 ways of dealing with this impact, one of which includes deduction of funds from other departments and divert it for enhancement of salaries of ad hoc teachers. According to Chief Minister Sangma, the second way is to generate more revenue.
Meeting with the members of FASTOM. Yeah, so the education department had met them, and they had expressed concerns about their enhancement of their the grants that have been given to them. So therefore, that entire file is being processed, And once it reaches my table, it will be put up in the cabinet for discussion, because as I mentioned to you, the impact is in hundreds of crores. And so once that happens, it's an annual affair. And if we were to go ahead with that kind of decision, then there are only two ways ahead for us. One is to cut the budget from other departments and so divert the funds from somewhere else and put it into this, because there's only one pool. Or the second issue is how to raise more revenue. So therefore, all those things will have to be discussed in detail in the cabinet, and therefore the cabinet will take a call. So we'll put it up in the cabinet and we'll see how to go.
This indeed is a big development, as it was only yesterday when a FASTOM has decided to go ahead with its indefinite rally from today. It may be mentioned that FASTOM had announced for an indefinite strike following the Meghalaya government expressing its inability to give in to the demand by the teachers' body for an enhancement of Rs 18,000 and an increment of 5% annually. Shifting focus now, in a tragic incident, a goods-laden truck fell into the Rikuri stream, killing the driver on the spot while another remains untraced. The incident took place at around 2:10 p.m. this afternoon when a truck ferrying chicken feed skidded off the highway and fell into the Rikuri stream about 1 kilometer from Chakumai Bridge. It may be mentioned here that Rikuri stream is located in Mao Maram subdivision of Manipur's Senapati district and is about 98 kilometers north of state capital Imphal along National Highway 2. The driver of the ill-fated truck, which was heading towards Imphal from Dimapur, was killed on the spot and has been identified as Binod Singh from Assam's Hojai town. The other person, meanwhile, still remains untraceable. As per latest inputs, representatives of Surface Transport Hill Area Driver Welfare Union and a team from Tadubi Police Station have rushed to the spot and are assessing the situation. Well, multiple landslides due to heavy downpour have battered communication between Lanka and Haflong in Assam. Railway communication has also been disrupted near Vedreng Disa between Maibang and Mahul. As per latest inputs, restoration work by PWD authorities has already begun, and it is expected that communication would be restored in few hours. Meanwhile, the situation has turned murkier at National Highway 27 at Ditok Chera along the Haflong Silchar route. Landslides triggered by heavy rains have disrupted movement along the highway. All right, my colleague Swadeep joins us over the phone line to give us the latest on this story. Well, Swadeep, multiple landslides key information aa rahi hai. Communications between Lanka and Haflong disrupt kiya gaya hai और railway communications भी बहुत ही ज़्यादा affect हुआ है. But अभी पता चला है कि PWD authorities restoration work में लगे हुए हैं. तो क्या update है आपके पास?
जी बहुत सारा दिमा हासों में लगातार 3 दिनों से आज से लेकर 3 दिनों से लगातार बारिश हो रहा है हाफलोंग पूरे डिमा हासो डिस्ट्रिक्ट में। तो उसके साथ साथ दिखाया गया कि माईबांग एरिया में भी हाफलोंग एरिया में माहौर एरिया में और बहुत सारे रोड्स है जहाँ कनेक्टिविटी हाफलोंग से लंका यहाँ फिर हाफलोंग से सिलचर जाने वाले रोड है जो NH27 जो है वो भी लैंडस्लाइड हो चुका है, उसकी रोड खराब हो चुका है। तो काफी लोगों को अभी डिमा हासो का ही नहीं जो लोग यहाँ से गुजरते हैं उन लोगों को काफी सारा दिक्कतें हो रही है। यहाँ का आम लोगों का काफी सारा प्रॉब्लम जो है फेसेस करना पड़ता है क्योंकि ये जो लगातार इन पहाड़ों में होता है कि थोड़ी सी बारिश होते ही या लगातार बारिश होने की वजह से यहाँ में डिमा हासो में बहुत सारा जगह में छोटी छोटी जगह में भी लैंडस्लाइड हो जाते हैं और बहुत लोगों का घर में भी ये जो है मिट्टी जो है आ गया है, लैंडस्लाइड हो गया है। उसकी वजह से अभी अनुमान लगाना मुश्किल है कि अभी कितना तक हुआ है, लेकिन अभी पीडब्ल्यूडी अथॉरिटी ने यहाँ का लोंका और हाफलोंग रोड को तो क्लियर कर दिया है और अभी भी छोटे छोटे जो गांव का जो रास्ता है अभी तक भी कुछ कुछ है, जैसे कि आपका ऐसा बहुत सारा रास्ता है जहाँ वो अभी तक भी क्लियर नहीं हुआ। और हमने देखा कि यहाँ को जो हाईवे जो है जो डिटेक्ट हो रहा है एक इलाका है जो कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है जो NH-27 का, वहाँ पे दिखाया कि मेन जो रोड जो है पूरे कोलैप्स हो गए, उसका थोड़ा और भी वक्त लग सकता है क्योंकि एक बहुत बड़ा एक वहाँ पे जो है मिट्टी जो है वहाँ से निकल गया है, जो लैंडस्लाइड हो गया है, तो उसकी वजह से और यहाँ पे आकर मोलखोई और यहाँ की जठिन का माहौर एरिया का हम बात करें तो माहौर एरिया में भी काफी सारा इफेक्ट हुआ है इसमें आज का जो आज तक। और अगर और भी अगर बारिश देता है तो शायद और भी ज्यादा होने का भी चांसेस है। लेकिन
ओके, ऑलराइट। स्वदीप, हमें ये बताइए कि कोई लोग फंसे हुए हैं, क्या कोई इंजरी की खबर है आपके पास?
नहीं, फिलहाल ऐसा कोई भी ऐसा इंजरी नहीं है क्योंकि अभी लगातार 3 दिनों से बारिश होने की वजह से सभी यहाँ का लोगों ने थोड़े से सेफ्टी मेजर्स के थोड़ा हिसाब रखा शायद होगा, इसलिए शायद अभी तक ऐसा कुछ रिपोर्ट्स नहीं आए अभी तक। लेकिन कल क्या होगा ये तो बता नहीं सकते, लेकिन अभी तक ऐसा कुछ रिपोर्ट्स में कोई इंजरी हुआ है। लेकिन लोगों को काफी ये बात सही है कि ये लोगों को काफी थोड़ा बहुत दिक्कतें हो रहा है क्योंकि रास्ता ब्लॉक होने की वजह से।
जी, thank you so much, Swadeep, for giving us those details. With that, we take a short break. Stay tuned for more news.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
চাওচোন কোন নতুন খেলুৱৈ আহিছে।
বুজাই দিম আজি,
মৰমেৰে বুজাম, লাহে লাহে কৰি।
তেওঁ আমাৰ মাত কথা
এয়াতো আমাৰেই মাত কথা। মাত কথা যদি এক, তেন্তে হৃদয়ো এক হোৱা উচিত। বিমল কক ভাষা কেশৰী।
বৰুণ,
হাই মা।
ঘৰত বাৰু কাজিয়া কৰি আহিছ নেকি? বোৱাৰী নাহিল যে?
এতিয়া মই গোটেই মাহটো ইয়াতেই থাকিম।
কি?
অৱশ্যে ক্ৰিকেটো এমাহ ধৰিয়ে চলাৰ কথা।
নতুন টিভি লগালা? ডিছ HD নাই লগোৱা? কি দেউতা?
আৰে কিয় কৰি আহিলা?
জান, ফুলটো সকলোৱে নকৰে জানো।
ক্ৰিকেটৰ আচল পাৰ্টনাৰ হ'ল কেৱল ডিছ HD, অনুপম পিকচাৰ, অনুপম চাউণ্ড। নৰ্মেল দামতেই পোৱা HD, মাত্ৰ 233 টকা এমাহত। ডিছ নহয়, ডিছ গাঁও এইটো।
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Welcome back and on to our big news from Assam. The Assam Election Commission today announced the dates for the upcoming elections to the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. The polling will take place on June 8th and will be held from 7:30 in the morning and will conclude at 4:30 in the evening. A total of 906 polling stations will be set up for the elections. The counting for the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council polls will be held on June 12th. On the other hand, the by-elections will also be held on the same day for Kokilabari seat in Bodoland Territorial Council.
The Commission has decided to hold election to Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council in all the 26 constituencies. The election notification is issued today, 12th May 2022. Last date of nomination is 23rd May 22. Date of scrutiny of nomination will be next day, 24th May. Withdrawal and publication of final nomination will also be on 24th May. Date of poll is same like 8th June. Date of repoll, if any, is on 20th June. and date of counting is 12th June on Sunday. The Assam State Election Commission has decided to hold by-election to 22 Kokilabari BTC constituency in Baksar district. Date for election notification is today. Last date of nomination is 23rd May. And date of scrutiny is 24th May. Date of publication of validly nominated candidate is 24th May. Withdrawal is 26th May. And preparation of list of contesting candidate is also on 26th May. Polling will be held on 8th of June between 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Repoll, if any, will be on 10th of June and counting will be on 12th of June.
On to Tripura now, raising their voice against rising fuel prices, taxes and insurance premiums. C2-affiliated transport workers in Tripura took to the streets of Agartala today, demanding immediate rollback of fuel prices, among others. The protesters, consisting of members from various transport organizations, including four-wheelers, auto rickshaws, e-rickshaws and rickshaw pullers, hit the streets of the capital city, holding up posters, red flags and placards, and raised slogans against the government in the state and at the center. The protest started from Paradise Chowkhuni area and culminated in front of Transport Office. The protesters alleged that due to rise in fuel prices and its cascading effect, it has become nearly impossible for them to make a profit or hold a steady income. The protest was led by former Minister Manik Dey, who is also the state president of C2. Addressing the gathering, Manik Dey accused the state government of deliberately trying to destroy the state's transport sector. Meanwhile, former MP and C2 State Secretary Sankar Prasad Datta, while speaking to Northeast Live, informed that the delegation shall later also meet the Transport Secretary and formally place their demand for rollback of prices of fuel, spare parts, lubricants, taxes and insurance premiums so that the workers engaged with the transport sector can continue their work. On to Nagaland now. The Naga People's Front, or NPF, held an emergency Central Executive Council meeting of the party in Kohima today. But during the key meet held under the leadership of party president Sherhozali Lizitsu, the NPF adopted as many as 6 resolutions. In the resolutions adopted, the NPF lauded the 4 party MLAs for displaying matured political leadership in safeguarding the image and aspiration of the Naga people. The NPF also reaffirmed the party's earlier stand on the Naga political issue and urged the government of India to bring an honorable, acceptable and inclusive solution at the earliest. The NPF also lauded Chief Minister Nephew Rio for the inclusion of all the 4 NPF legislators in the core committee on the Naga political issue and appointing the leader of NPF legislature party, Kuzholuzo Nino, as a co-chairman of UDA. However, the House felt that the party leader deserves better position in UDA, as agreed earlier to be equal partner in decision-making, the NPF said. The NPF also resolved to uphold the party under the leadership of party president Dr. Sherhozali Lizitsu and Kuzholuzo Nino as the leader of NPFLP. Further, the House endorsed the party president to undertake restructuring and strengthening measures in the party working system at all levels. On to some other news now. Well, Sri Lanka's veteran political leader Ranil Wickremesinghe has been appointed the next Prime Minister of the crisis-hit island nation by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The 73-year-old has taken the oath of office according to the media office of President, who, in an address to the nation yesterday, had declared that the Prime Minister and his cabinet will be put in place this week. Sri Lanka, already struggling with a hard-hitting economic crisis, was plunged into chaos on Monday as Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa stepped down from his post, nulling the elected government. Sri Lanka, which is facing the worst ever economic and political crisis in its modern history, is now looking at Wickremesinghe, hoping the five-time Prime Minister will save it from imminent doom. The man who had almost walked into the twilight of politics is being forced to return to put the derailed island nation back on track. The 73-year-old hails from one of Sri Lanka's most powerful political families. His father, Esmond Wickremesinghe, was a renowned advocate and media baron. His uncle, J.R. Jayawardene, was Sri Lanka's most powerful president till date. A UK-educated barrister, Wickremesinghe won the parliament elections for the first time in 1977. He was just 28 then. After that, he won every parliament election till 2020. He was a cabinet minister in Jayawardene and Premdasa government. Well, news and updates continue on Northeast Live, so stay tuned for more news. Thank you.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Introducing the new Suzuki Avenis,